I think when people see someone who works out, eats a certain way, or has been doing this for years, it's easy to think, well, that's just her lifestyle. And you're right, it is my lifestyle, but it wasn't always. I built it. And the best part is that you can too. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, obviously. You don't need to run every day. You don't need to run marathons, work out every day, or do everything exactly as I do. But there is something that you can build that works for you based on what you want. So when you watch stuff like this, especially a vlog showing you the behind the scenes, the training, all the things, please remember that all of it is very intentional. And I have systems that help make consistency easier for me based on what I'm working towards. You don't already have to have the lifestyle to start. You build the lifestyle, whatever that looks like for you, by starting. And in this episode, I want to show you exactly what the lifestyle of a vegan hybrid athlete currently in week 9 of a fat loss phase, what does it all look like? And why I eat almost the exact same thing every day and how that actually gives me so much freedom. And we're also going to look at the system and structure behind looking lean and fit, if that is something that you care about. And if not, that's okay, because guess what? If performance or health is on a higher priority list than just the aesthetics of it, it's still the same systems and structure. So let's get into the week. It's a bitch today. I'm so happy. Hello. What I'm about to share is disgusting. Let's go inside. I carved out a little corner where I write, where I work, where I create. And at the same time, we're still getting all of the behind the scenes stuff ready, the processes, the systems with not just these vlogs, but with all content creation, because I am going all in on that, like all in. You don't even understand how hard I mean that when I say all in. More on that later in another time. But there's 2 problems with that. Number 1, I am horrible at interior design. I wouldn't even call it design, just decor in general. So having this new little corner that I'm gonna decorate, spending way too much time on it. And 2, I'm a recovering perfectionist. Before I allowed myself to get sucked into these 2 things in order to avoid doing the work that I was actually supposed to be doing, I was like, nope, this is what I'm leaving behind. This is my hell no. Didn't even document it, didn't even film anything about it. And as soon as I put those 2 things behind, as soon as I was like, this area rug and this like candle are gonna have to wait, and the processes and systems that we have currently are going to have to work until we can modify and refine and learn by being in action. Those 2 things are good as they are. I need to move on. I gotta continue with the things that are actually going to drive all of the things that I want to do forward. So I was pretty proud of myself for being able to catch that right away. Do you ever have those days, moments, and like a lot of them, where you don't know how, don't know when, or any of it, but you just know, you can feel it in your gut and your heart that things are going to be okay, and not just okay, better than okay. And you're going to look back and be like, dang, I actually wasn't even dreaming big enough, because what ended up happening was better than what I could have imagined. You ever have those moments? Because that's where I'm living right now. That's exactly like, this is where I'm at right now, where, yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. On days like today, when it is literally still pitch black outside and I start really early, it just gets too hot and I don't want to run on the treadmill at the gym every day. I'm like, oh, kind of dragging along. Then I remember, wait, even if I wasn't doing 60 minutes of cardio every day, I'm still doing a run streak. So I'd still be running every day. And I usually work out for about an hour, whether that's my run and a lifting session or just my run. So it's the same thing, you know? It just starts to get in your head a little bit, because you're like, oh yeah, it's a fat loss phase. And this is me knowing what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Just know that it's normal, that you question it when it gets hard, when it gets uncomfortable. I think the point of me filming this was, I don't know. I know what the point to that was. The point to that was that even on the hard days, when it's a lifestyle already, when it's part of what you do, who you are. I am a lifestyle athlete, so I'm going to be doing some form of movement every day regardless. It just happens to be that today, specifically during the next 2 weeks, the prescribed movement is 60 minutes of cardio. So that is what my mind is fighting. It's not fighting like, oh, I don't want to do anything today. No, it's fighting the prescribed movement today. And I could change it up, do jump rope, I could dance, I could do all different types of cardio. My chosen form is running. I like collecting the miles. The point of that was, when it's a lifestyle, it becomes maybe not easier all the time, but it becomes more clear. And there's just less negotiation.
Look, I'm not saying that I did go into a little trail to pee in a bush. I'm not saying that. I'm also not saying I didn't. But I am saying that if and when I decide to get into trail running, I think I'd be okay.
But I don't want you to worry. We're not going to talk about building a lifestyle where pissing in a bush is part of it or normal. We're going to leave that for my future trail running self. When I talk about getting up early and running in the dark and doing all of these things, doing cardio sessions even when I don't want to, and how all of those things come easier to me, please know that the lifestyle is not something that you naturally have or don't have. You build it. And yeah, at first, you gotta make yourself do those things, or said in a nicer way, whatever you need to do to support yourself doing the thing that you said you wanted to do for the thing that you said you wanted. At first, it will feel like a struggle, but eventually, once you are in the flow of it, once you start seeing the benefits of it, the wins of it, little by little, you'll see that it requires so much less negotiation, because you will have built systems that make consistency easier, even though it didn't feel easy when you started. Trust me, been there, done that. Like, right now, it's a completely different story, completely different lifestyle from when I first started. I would have never been able to experience this had I not stuck through the suck, had I not forced myself, supported myself to figure out what worked. And one of the most powerful systems, it's so stupid simple, it's almost annoying. It's eating the same thing every day. So yeah, I eat the same thing almost every day. And it's not because fitness has consumed my lifestyle. It's not because I'm vegan. And it's not because I don't love food. Your girl loves food. It's because eating the same thing every day is a strategy that makes my life and my consistency and reaching my goals so much easier. There's no wasting time. There's no having to figure out what I'm going to snack on, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to drink. Like, the time that you get back when doing this is, honestly, it's life-changing. That sounds dramatic, but actually it is. It's dramatic because it's dramatically life-changing because it removes unnecessary friction, unnecessary decisions, unnecessary energy going into things that could have been figured out before, so that you can actually focus and narrow in and doing the things that actually need your full energy whenever you are doing them. So more specifically, what does this system look like? Well, I follow a meal plan with a grocery list based on what I'm working towards during a certain block of time. Right now, I'm following the meal plan from Shred 1.0 inside Miles Muscles Magic because I'm in a fat loss phase. So because I'm following a grocery list and a meal plan, that means that the second part of the system is that I meal prep every week without fail. I start my week on Sundays by meal prepping. I could tell you what I'm going to have for breakfast on a random Wednesday, for lunch on a Friday. Everything is already decided. There's no decision fatigue during the week, no confusion, no compromising, no like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Oh, this is just so stressful. None of that. And the third part of that system is, well, obviously, that I eat the same thing almost every day. Now, it's not every day forever until I get sick of it. There's a plan, there's a process, there's a reason behind all of it. So in this particular plan, every 2 weeks, the menu changes up. So it's actually even better on the second week because when it comes to the meal prep part of it, you're even faster, which I absolutely love because then you really don't have to think about it. And once a week, there's also worked into my plan in a fat loss phase, what we call inside of Miles Muscles Magic, a refeed day. This is not a binge day. This is not a free-for-all day. This is a very intentional day where there are more carbs, there are more calories. It's a little bit more flexible and I can pick any day of the week. But this system is, you can think about it in 3 parts. There's a plan, with a grocery list. I meal prep every week. And yeah, obviously the third part of that is if you have those two other things, then you end up eating the same thing almost every day. It is amazing. I thought, what would be a good idea? To film what I eat every day. And then I was like, wait, it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing every day. But, it's what works. And it's for a very specific reason. And also, it's so delicious. But yeah, the same thing every day. So I'm going to film it. Does that mean that you need to eat the same thing every day? No, absolutely not. This is just one strategy that I use that I prefer. Because you can either do one of two things, and I help my clients with both, depending on what they want, the experience that they want to have, and where they're at in their life. You can follow a done-for-you plan, the way that I'm doing right now during this current phase, or you can count calories and macros. Either way, you will see that at the end of the day, it is still easier, even if you're doing something super flexible, like counting and tracking your calories and macros, that eating repeat meals as often as possible makes life easier. You know what? It's fact. That's just what I'm gonna say. That is fact. And that is one of the most powerful ways that you start to build a lifestyle, because when the things that support you become your lifestyle, meal prepping, knowing what you're going to eat, that is when you're going to see true transformation, and you'll be able to maintain the results forever. And by the way, that's just the food part. Don't even get me started on the movement and fitness part, okay? Because the same principle applies. Having a plan, trusting that plan, and getting support. Because why would you want to wing it and stay in a loop for months, for years, for a decade, and guess your way through things? I wish that it could be more exciting than that. I really do. I wish that I could make this vlog and be like, oh my gosh, here's the secret, here's the thing. But no, doing these things will make your life run smoother. There will be less fight. You do not find a fit, strong, healthy lifestyle. You don't go searching for it. You build it. Eventually, the thing that once required 100 decisions becomes part of your life. That doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. You'll see an example of even when you have things planned out, it's not perfect. It never is. But dang, it feels good to experience that. All right, what do we got? These green beans are everything. Everything. What I'm about to share is disgusting, and it is not something that I'm proud of. But I think this is part of the whole vlogging thing. It's to share these kinds of things that are unscripted. You can't make up. Okay, again, this is gonna be so gross. A few weeks ago, I had half of a bagel and I split it in another half. I ate one of those halves and then I got really busy and I didn't eat the other half. And then later in the day I was like, did I eat the other half? And then I couldn't find it. So I was like, oh yes I did. I was wearing this sweater and it's been really hot. So I hadn't worn that sweater in weeks. And today I wore that sweater. I already took it out, but I think you can imagine, oh my gosh. Do you know how embarrassed I am? Do you know how unnecessary it is that I vlog this? So plot twist, I decided to take a yoga class. I only did 30 minutes cardio this morning and it is 60 minutes prescribed. So I did the other 30 in a yoga sculpt class. 3.5 mile run was definitely tough because I got my period super early yesterday. And now it makes sense why yesterday's run was ugh. I get it now. And then we've got glutes and hamstrings today. And of course, this part of the gym is completely empty. Well, except for my gym crush, on a day that I don't feel like filming. And it's empty, so I could literally film at any angle, at any part. So a few years ago, I decided to stop wearing jeans. I was just never comfortable in them. I hated wearing them. I threw them all out and I refused to buy anymore. And since the wide leg jean trend came back, which it's probably at the end of its prime, but it doesn't matter because I love it. I thought, what if I give it another try? So I got a pair of jeans. I got many pairs actually, but I found a pair that I like and they're so comfortable, and I'm wearing jeans again. And it's weird because like, as soon as I put them on, I think like I've been missing them. I felt like a little bit more like myself, but it's the wide leg jeans that are comfortable. So this is it. I mean, oh, and then I needed a belt because I don't have a belt. So I used a little belt from a dress I have. But it doesn't matter if you like, I love, because they're so comfortable. So comfortable. I'm so happy. Come here. Hey. Come, let's go inside. I know it seems silly, but wearing those jeans and being able to feel confident and comfortable, which is a big one for me, honestly, that was the win for the week. But I don't just have a silly win. I have a life win and I have a business win, okay? So the life win, I got my period early this time. I didn't have any PMS/PMDD spirals, which is something that I have been dealing with. There was none of that. There was no everything shuts down, don't recognize myself, my life, nothing, like none of that. There was spiraling, but I spiraled upwards. That, oh my goodness, that was huge. That was a huge, huge, huge life win, and something that I'll definitely talk about more at another time. And on the business end, I got all of the behind the scenes things ready to open up enrollment for my one-on-one coaching program, which I'm super, super excited about. When I was putting my notes together for this episode, I was looking at a lot of moments where it was like, oh man, that was really tough. I did spiral. And I was like, where is my win? What am I going to share for the win? But these debriefs, these weekly edits, they force me to dig for the good stuff. But when we're being mean to ourselves, it's kind of hard to find it because we're just like, no, that doesn't qualify. That doesn't qualify. That's not big enough. That's not this enough. That's not shiny enough. But when you force yourself to sit down and do the debrief and look at these things, I hope you're doing them with me. You start to see yourself, your week, your life in a different perspective, and it feels pretty dang good. Okay, y'all, it's official. I'm almost done with week 9 of this shred, and these 6-mile runs that are normally, for me, pretty casual, pretty easy, enjoyable. Ooh, it's a bitch today, you know? It's normal, and I'm sharing this so that you know this too when you are in your phase, that the sucky parts, they're going to come up no matter what. The key is to keep going regardless. So I'm 3 miles. I got another 30 minutes, another 3 miles back. I mean, because if I don't keep going, then what? Call somebody to pick me up? I guess I could do that, but I'm not gonna do that. It's less effort, less mental energy to just go back. Anyway, okay, I gotta go. That's enough of a break. Just got done, and it was one of my slowest runs I've done in the last 9 weeks. Checks out. I can usually do really long sprints of work and just stay focused. I'm an endurance athlete. It's part of what I do. But this week I have been wanting to wrap things up early. We are getting all things ready to open enrollment for my one-on-one coaching. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And I love it, obviously. But I'm like, I just want to be doing it already. I want to be in it already. No more prepping. Let's just go. But, it's part of being organized and how it works. So I finished up early today, and I'm going to take a yoga class. Second yoga class of the week. I'm so proud of myself. And that takes us to the end of the week and the insight for the week. What lessons can we take with us? For me, it was realizing how much I still hold myself back. Even though I'm very outward facing and I put myself out there, and then I just shared with you like how hard I'm going to go with content, even with all of that, and even though I have the desire for all of that and so much more, I still find that I hold myself back in a lot of little places, a lot of big places, in content and in business. And I had an interaction with someone that reminded me of this very thing. Someone just told me that you have to be really confident to wear yellow. And I was like, okay, wasn't feeling like that today. But you know what? With that information, I'm now going to tap into the power of this color. And like, what if I did? What if I did all of the things? What if I put all of the things that I've been wanting to put out there? Did all of the things that I've been wanting to do? What if I did? What if I did that? Tapped into the vibe and did the things that I've been wanting to do. Talk about the things that I've been wanting to talk about. Be bold. Take up space. Oh, that's what it was. That's what she said. She said, yellow is the color that takes up the most space. Isn't that cool? Like, what if I did? What if I did? What if we took up more space? I love that for us. And I kid you not, after that interaction, I don't know if it was conscious, subconscious, I don't know, but I was like, dang, I am not taking up space. I need to tap into some of that energy. I went and I recorded some reels that I had been avoided recording. I had a conversation with somebody about potentially collaborating with them in a wellness program for their employees and their business. I finished up an email sequence I was working on. I did several other things, not even half a day. And I was like, okay, I like this. And the best part, going into the weekend, I noticed myself not shy away. This is gonna sound so funny, but seriously, not shy away from being like, dang, I look good. I look strong. I like this. Like, checking myself out and not feeling weird about it, not feeling embarrassed about it. That feels so uncomfortable to say and to put on here. But I think sometimes, like, we need to do that. Not sometimes, I think we need to do that more. And something about that reminder, I was just like, yeah, that's what I'm taking into the weekend and to the rest of my week and moving forward. Part of it could have been that I was pretty much done with my period. I got to rest and recover. So yeah, all of those things probably had something to do with it, but I still believe that subconsciously I was tapping into something with it. That's why I'm wearing this color today. I loved finishing off the week feeling energized, strong, and focused, passionate, and excited. That's where I want to live. That's where I want to spend most of my time, my energy, is digging into that, is exploring that, is just feeling all of that.
I really like my fit today. Isn't it so good? It's like, oh, spider web. Oh, gosh. So badass, right? Also, it could happen that every single workout and run sucks the whole week, and then bam, you just get one. This is my one this week, or maybe a couple, where it just feels amazing. And you're like, okay, we're still in it. We're good, we're good.
It feels good to be proud and love what you see in the mirror. It feels really good. To get to this point is not easy mentally, physically, emotionally. And to be clear, it doesn't have to be only aesthetics. It doesn't. But it also feels good. I mean, man. Okay, I'm not doing a very good, okay, I can't show you, but bam, 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 bam.
I'm still super pissed at my Strava yesterday for saying that I did 5.99 miles. I did 6. It was 6. So now I have to do some weird running math today to make it right. But also, to be fair, I am a little behind on my mileage. So being the last run of the week, I'm gonna do just a little over 6 miles so I can hit 35 for the week. I think that's how it'll work out. I really need to check my runner's math. Okay, let's see. 6.84. I did all of the math to make sure that we finish at a 35-mile week.
And Strava still got it wrong. 35.01. 35.01. What? Messing with the vibe, Strava. Messing with the vibe. I'm over here talking about building and designing a lifestyle and all this and doing runner's math, and then you go and do 35.01. Come on now. All right, that is my cue. That's my cue. We're done.